see you again. Now, I did a video a couple of months back over Christmas and New Year on fishing tiny streams, and it went out so well, you guys loved it so much that I decided I'd do a bit of a sequel, taking over from where that one left off, and maybe trying a couple more streams as well that weren't very familiar to me. So here goes. Hope you enjoy it. Well, of all the crazy places to try, this is the craziest so far. It's the outflow of your local winter pond, and I'm just wondering what lives in this plunge pool here. I've put a few maggots in, so I'm going to make a start. And I'll be interested to, I think it's going to be small roach and dace, if anything. Might be nothing here at all. I don't think it's very deep, and it's still winter, so anyway, it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to give it half an hour. So as you can probably see, it's the normal setup, 12-foot float rod, centre pin reel, 3.5 pound line, down to a 2.5 pound hook link, and I'm using maggots for bait. The hook I think is 16 or 18, I can't remember, but something fairly small, just suitable for double maggot and a tiny wisp of bread flake sometimes. Whoa, first chop. Okay, looks like a little dash. Just going to wet my net so I can wet my hands. Maggots are very handy for this kind of fishing because you're not expecting anything big, and it will generally attract most small fish. Not the best for winkling out good sized specimens of any species, but it'll catch virtually anything, and it's a good way to search and find out just what's in there. Oh, and a suitable stick float too. This just has to be the ultimate chilling out therapy for 60-odd-year-olds who never want to grow up. Personally, I don't think I could ever get bored of these small streams. Again, we're on publicly owned land. It's free fishing for all intents and purposes, but rather difficult access. You need to take some clippers or secateurs, unless you've been in advance, to clear a path through, because you'll find brambles and shrubs all over the place in your way. We're off the beaten path here. That's a chub, I think. Chublets. When actually approaching to fish, think very carefully about stealth, concealment, etc. You want to keep back from the water if you can, or trot at quite long range. Don't try to get too close to the fish, because you'll just scatter them. Time on the caster, but not a big fish. Use cover where you can. Sit or kneel at the side of a tree rather than in between two trees. And I tend to kneel or squat down rather than sitting on a chair, so I can get my profile a bit lower still. So wear dull clothes if you can. It doesn't have to be expensive designer sort of carp fishing brand camo. But any khaki brown or grey or dull green, any of those colours are fine. This time a little tiny roach. And again, chublet. Strange thing in the weir pool, they all seem to be days, which is quite odd. This time a little roach. That's nice. I absolutely love catching. Open wide, little one. There we go. A better fish on for once. What is this? Much better fish. I think it might be a brown trout. What are you doing in this river, mate? Good heavens. Look at that. Good trout. You're not thinking of running up here to spawn, are you? Good heavens. That's quite remarkable. In good condition too, look at that. Very good, Nick. There you go, mate. And as you move about and approach the swim, remember, tread very carefully, try not to cause any vibration. I think the phrase that comes to mind is heron steps. Can't think where I've heard that, but there we go. So, goodbye canal, hello river valley. This is a bit treacherous. Oh, very steep slope. And this little stream, not far from home, there's a wee bit of water in at the moment. It shrinks to more or less a trickle in the summer. I don't believe you can sort of step across the stream between little shallow puddles. And this is one of the pools that I fancy. One of the few places where there's a bit of depth and a little steadying out in the that sort of frantic current. What a lovely bit of river. I'll tell you what, I'm so blessed that this is on my doorstep. Wild garlic starting to show. This is lovely stuff. Yeah, smell's just developing now. Soon these woods will absolutely reek of wild garlic when you're walking through. And it's nice to put in salads. It's worth gathering a few leaves up. This is quite a wide pool on the river, so I'm going to keep my distance a bit. I think I'm likely to find perch or chub, I think, on that crease where the fast current meets this sort of slack water on the near side. It won't be very deep, but if I fish in the main current I'm more likely to run into trout. Probably will anyway. I'll have to move on if I start catching trout in numbers. I'm going to use a throwing stick to get those maggots out because I should bunch them a bit better than if I'd just thrown them. Yep. And there we are, little fish on. What's that? Feels like a little trout, to be honest. There's a trout. I just suspected there might be a few in here. Off you go, mate. Nice. There's another. That's a trout, and I think it's a better. I think it's a trout by the speed of it. I don't know. It's a better one. Better fish. Is it? Oh no, we've got stripey. Yay! We got us a perch. Long last. Look at that. Got us a sergeant. Oh, it's no record breaker, but lovely little brook perch. Look at that. Bit of attitude. That put up a very good fight, actually. Getting a little bit harder now. The water's draining away after months of complaining about too much water. Now we're just on that brink where we start complaining about we need some rain. So fishermen are never going to change, are they? Well, alas, on this particular pretty little stream, we've drawn a blank unless you count almost catching 2 minnows. So it's not always that easy, but in general I'm quite happy with the results. To find, you know, fish feeding in winter in these little streams that nobody bothers fishing, there's something very gratifying about it. Well, I think it was in a famous song, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So 2 successful outings and 1 blank, not too bad on these little streams. Well, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please consider maybe giving us a share and maybe a subscription if you're not already a subscriber. Really good to get this support. It makes it worthwhile doing the videos. And I'll see you next time for the next adventure. Sightlines.